If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also, go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new album in the description. Okay, we gotta talk about this new Kendrick Lamar track that was supposed to drop today, but obviously, if you're watching this video, it didn't. And if you're a hip-hop fan or just been following the channel or Kendrick Lamar, you probably know that it didn't drop today, but a lot of people thought that it was gonna drop today. Also, I made a video 2 days ago going over the reason why probably this was going to drop today, and at that point it was already confirmed basically. Now the reason we thought that it was confirmed to drop today, just to get everybody caught up that didn't watch the video 2 days ago, is because on Rap Life Reviews on that Apple Music show, Ebro and Low Key were talking about a new Kendrick Lamar record, and then Ebro just came out of nowhere and said that he had a note from the show's producer called Sasha, who wrote in his note that it implied that the track was gonna be released before his performance at the Super Bowl. Now, if you don't know, Kendrick Lamar is set to perform at the Super Bowl on Sunday, at the halftime show, alongside Eminem, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and Mary J. Blige. So that is a pretty big stage for him, and it would have made a lot of sense if he dropped a single the Friday before, so then he could perform that single that Sunday and then get even more momentum rolling for a possible album release that is coming later on this year, something that we know because that's just something he's been teasing. And also in that little statement he wrote, he talked about his last album on TDE and now working on it and stuff like that. We know it's rock influence for one thing, and so this would have been the perfect timing to drop this thing, or at least drop a single and then perform it and then drop the album the following weeks, because now it's the time he's stepping into the spotlight again, so people are going to be talking about Kendrick Lamar again. Also, as we've seen last year from the weekend, a Super Bowl halftime performance can really boost up your commercial, streams and sales. So that would have been another really big push for any music that, he would have dropped before that. So that's the reason why we thought he was going to drop it today. But obviously he didn't. Now, there are still some possibilities that he's going to release it later on today. That is one theory that I've seen a lot of people talk about online as well. On the Reddit, for example, Kendrick Lamar subreddit, or also another theory that he's still going to drop it tomorrow on Saturday. It wouldn't really make sense from a commercial standpoint, because Friday to Friday is usually the time frame in which Billboard, the people doing the charts, collect data and streams and just numbers in general. So artists usually drop on Fridays, but it would also make a lot of sense if he dropped it on Saturday and then the next day immediately he performed it. That would have get a lot of press coverage as well. But really what I think is most likely, or the most likely out of all the options other than him not dropping at all, but at least we're getting a performance, is that something will happen at the halftime show of the Super Bowl. Because you gotta know that the halftime show is only about 12 minutes, and 4 to 5 artists are performing there. And I went over this in the other video as well, but each artist gets about 2 to 4 minutes of performance time, based on what songs they perform, or if they do like a medley together or any of that. They have a lot of creative opportunities there, but if each artist just performs on their own, right after one another, each of them has about 2 to 4 minutes. So each artist can perform about one song. That is probably the limit where it's going to be one song, maybe one song together with another artist, like, Eminem and Dre will probably perform something together. The new track, the, gospel they just dropped last week. But Kendrick Lamar will probably go solo, and he could very well use this big stage. He's never performed a Super Bowl, and he will likely never perform there again, because artists do this once in their whole career. He could use this really big stage to then announce something, whether it's a new song when he's like, yo, while you're watching this, the song just dropped, or he announces an album. That is, or at least like a little hint that gives us some new information on when a new song or new music or new album is actually gonna drop. That would make a lot of sense just in terms of commercial, wise management. And I know that Kendrick is not the type of artist or person that's out here trying to maximize his commercial success, and I'm very happy he isn't, but just, even to just promote an album that he himself has devoted a lot of time and effort into, that would make the most sense to get it heard by the most people. I don't believe that we're getting the full album anytime soon though. I think that will still be a couple of weeks or even months till that full album drops. I'm guessing it's just going to be some type of other rollout, technique, probably a single that's going to drop like we thought it was going to drop before the performance, and it still might. I mean, the source that we had for that information, Rap Life Reviews show producer Sasha, and this is Apple Music shows, so it's not like some not credible source, but this dude had this information, and I talked about that in the other video as well, so definitely go watch that after this video to get the full evidence and full information on this. But usually these shows and these podcasts and any type of news outlet have some sort of inside information, in this case from Kendrick or TDE or generally the label, so that they can structure their program around it. And if he got the info that the single was supposed to drop before his performance, then there is still a very high chance that we're still going to get that single either later on today together with an announcement, or tomorrow on Saturday, or right before the Sunday performance. That could also be another option. So not all hope is lost yet, because that source is just too credible to not give it another chance. That is my take on this. But also, as I said, if we do get any new information, be it before the performance or during the performance or at the end of the performance after it will likely not be the full album yet. First of all the single, then an announcement, maybe to get some more, maybe some other type of documentary or something like that to get people hyped for this project, which will then drop later on. I'm guessing April, May, something like that, because the Kendrick Lamar project could really, utilize a pretty long and intense rollout, and people would still be hyped about it. I mean, you gotta look at the facts. The last time Kendrick dropped a solo project was 5 years ago, 2017's Damn. I mean, in the meantime, he did some features, for Baby Keem, for example, but this is the last time that he actually dropped some solo tracks. And the second that Kendrick drops a new single or, a new album, is going to be crazy for hip-hop. And just imagine looking at your Spotify and Kendrick has a new song out. That is insane. So people are obviously waiting for this thing. They've been waiting for 5 years, and so a pretty long and intense rollout is probably not something that will then diminish the commercial success or any type of success this project has, be it commercial or social or whatever he wants to achieve with it. So yeah, Kendrick Lamar single hasn't dropped at midnight. Still some chance we're going to get it later on today or tomorrow, or even an announcement during his performance or right before it or after it. Any, sometimes surrounding the performance at the Super Bowl halftime show that Kendrick is doing on Sunday. So the next couple of days going to be very interesting for all Kendrick fans. That's just my theories, my opinions, my thoughts on this. Now let me know what you think about this. Were you expecting the single to drop today? When do you think this is actually going to end up dropping? And when do you think the full album will then end up dropping? All of that, let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and you'll take care.